Forgiveness, can you imagine? That moment in Hamilton when Eliza takes Alexander's hand during It's Quiet Uptown, it carries a certain gravity that seems to suspend the entire theater in breathless silence. It's not merely a gesture of reconciliation, it's a resurrection of humanity itself. Watching it, I remember feeling the ache of something ancient and familiar rise in my chest, the cost of forgiveness, the tenderness of grace, and the terrible beauty of choosing to extend a hand to someone who has broken your heart. Eliza, standing in the ruins of her life, her husband's betrayal, her son's death, does not forgive easily, nor does she forget. You can see the years of pain etched in her stillness, the way she folds her grief into dignity, and then, in that quiet moment, she reaches for him. It is not romantic. It is sacred. When she takes his hand, she is not saying, I no longer hurt. She is saying, I see your remorse, and I will not let darkness win. But it's Alexander's reaction that undoes me every time. The way he looks at her, as if he has been seen by God and found unworthy, yet loved anyway. It is the moment when pride breaks, when a man who has spent his life trying to conquer history realizes that the only thing worth conquering was his own arrogance. He doesn't speak, he simply knows. That knowing, that wordless, devastated gratitude is what true repentance looks like. And that, I think, is the line between forgiveness and foolishness. If you choose to forgive someone for a deep betrayal and they meet your grace with defensiveness, indifference, or entitlement, if they do not tremble at the sheer mercy of being forgiven, they were never sorry. They only wanted comfort without change, absolution without atonement. In that case, you owe them nothing, not your explanation, not your tears, not your reach. Forgiveness can be an act of reclaiming yourself, not by erasing what happened, but by choosing to no longer be bound by it. Yet forgiveness is not always a reunion. Sometimes it is a release. Sometimes it is the holiest thing that you can do. Walk away with your hand still open, but no longer extended. Eliza reached for Alexander because he knew the weight of her forgiveness. She could feel his remorse. She could see that he had already punished himself more than she ever could. And in that rare, fragile alignment, grace met gratitude. That is what makes the scene transcendent. That is why it breaks me open every time I watch it. Forgiveness, in its truest form, is a mirror. It reflects not just the heart of the forgiver, but the soul of the forgiven. And if that reflection reveals only emptiness, then it is not your duty to fill it. It is your cue to walk quietly uptown, alone, toward your own peace.